Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So we are from CDCS 2662A Group 6 and today we would like to show you on how to create a simple network using Cisco Packet Tracer for subject ITT400. So without going any further, let me introduce you towards our group member. So our group consists of 5 members that cooperates together in order to complete this task on a simple network in the Cisco Packet Tracer. So the first one is myself, HAZIQ HARIRI, followed by HAZIQ ZAFARIS, NURIN FALISYA AMNI, SHARIFAH NASREEN ADRIANA, and the last one is Nur ALEEYA KHADIJA. So that's all of our group members.
First, overview of this project. This project gave us hands-on experience with computer networks using Cisco Packet Tracer. We practice real-world skills like setting up IP address, transferring files, and testing connection between devices. The simulator helped us actually to see how the data moves through a network, making complex concepts easier to understand. Through this network, we have gained practical skills in designing network and solving problems.
So right now I'm going to present to you the objective of our project. The first one is to set up a network using the packet tracer simulation tool, and next we're going to share the files between the PC in the network using the command prompt, and the third one is to check connectivity between devices using ping and other commands. The fourth, to verify IP address of devices connected to the network. On the other hand, we're going to view a list of connected stations in the network. And the last but not least is to send messages between PCs on the network. So that's all our objective for this project. Thank you.
We are going to share a process of step by step on how to set up a network in Cisco Packet Tracer. So the first one, we need to put the router 0, which is the 2911, and then we are going to pick another 2 switches, which is the first switch from 2960 switch 0, and then another switch which is switch 1. Alright, let's arrange a little bit on the position right there, and then let's pick the devices that we want to connect to the network. So we have decided to pick 3 PC for each of the network. So for the switch 0, we are going to have PC 0, PC 1, PC 2, and then for the switch 1, we have PC 3 until the PC 5. And then don't forget to put the server PT at the top. Alright, so we are going to connect each of the devices in the network to make sure our network can function, and then we are going to choose the fast Ethernet and quit and choose it with the gigabit Ethernet. No, we are not going to choose there because we are going to choose the fast Ethernet. Alright, click on the fast Ethernet, and then the next one we are going to choose another copper wire that connect the PC to the switch. Alright, as you can see right there, and another fast Ethernet is choose, and then the same goes to the PC 0, which also use copper wire, straight copper wire. Please don't pick the dash one because we only use the straight copper wire for this network. And then same goes to it's just exactly the same step for each of the devices. So I'm going to skip a little bit here. As you can see, it's still the same. We need a straight copper wire that connects each of the PC to the switch 1, and still choose the fast Ethernet. So as you can see, these are the the switch network between the switch 0 and also the switch 1. There are two networks, and then we are going to move on how to connect each of the switches to the router. We can choose the gigabit Ethernet for 0-0 for switch 0, and then we are going to choose gigabit Ethernet 0-1 to connect switch 1 to router 0. And then right there, of course, we need another straight copper wire to connect the router to our server PT. So right now, it's going to be G0-2 right there. Alright, as you can see, these are the network, but still there are also a red sign which indicates that we need to configure the router first. So we are going to configure the address of the router. So we are going to choose one by one and using the gigabit Ethernet 0-0 in the first place. So right now, as you can see, it is a 192.168.11, and the subnet mask, of course, 255.255.255 that we are using. And then let's move up to the gigabit Ethernet 0-1, and we are going to put here 192.168.2.1. It's actually up to you. If you want to do another address, there should be no problem. And yeah, don't forget to turn on the port status. Okay, I don't remember to turn on the port status in the G0-0. And then the last one, which is the gigabit Ethernet 0-2. So we are going to put 192.168.3.1, and the subnet mask is still the same, and then we turn on the port status. Alright, so right now we are going to configure the server. Alright, we are going to configure the server IP. So we need to put the IP of the server, and then it's going to be 255.255 also, and then the default gateway we need to change it, alright, to 192.168. Alright, let's do it again, 192.168.3.1. okay, so the default gateway for server 0 is 192.168.3.1. and then let's go and move up to each of the devices to make sure that the network can run properly. So for the IPv4 address, we are going to put here for PC0 is 192.168.1.2, and then it's going to be the same for subnet mask, and the default gateway should be 192.168.1.1 for this switch 0. It's going to be the same right here, but it's just a different to its IP address, which is IP address for PC1 is 192.168.1.3, and the default gateway for this one is still the same as we are connect in the same switch. So the last one is PC2, which is the IPv4 address is 192.168.1.4, and then the subnet mask, the default gateway we need it to change to 192.168.1.1 because it's still in the switch 0 network. And then for the other network that connects the switch 1, we need to put the IP address, which is 192.168.2.2 for PC3, and then for its gateway we need to change it for the switch 1. Okay, so it's going to be the same default gateway for each of the PC in the switch 1. Alright, as you can see right there in our PC4. Alright, we are going to configure the IP address in the PC4. So we put right there 192.168.2.3, and then subnet mask is usually the same, and the default gateway, just remember, it's still under the same network, under the switch 1, so 192.168.2.1. Alright, and then the last one, the last setup for our PC is the PC5. We are going to put here 192.168.2.4. The subnet mask is still the same, and then the default gateway is 192.168.2.1. .2.1. Alright, so here we go. It's clearly our network is all green color.
Assalamualaikum, I am ZAFARIS bin ZULFARADI. Right now I'm going to demonstrate how the files transferring in the network. So first of all, we go to the server and check for the IP address of the server, and then we go to the FTP setup, make sure the service is on, and we create a new username and password for our server and click all the buttons over there, and after that we add this username and password to the server. Right now we're going to click the command text editor and put what kind of message we want to put in our files, and let's say I put hello in this file and save as file.txt. You can use any kind of name you want, but only .txt. And after that we go to the desktop at the command prompt and enter the ping and IP address of the server, and we must clarify that our server is have a good connection. And after that we enter the username and password. After we enter username and password, check for the directory of our PC. After that we check on the file that PC have, and right now enter the same password and username, and we enter the put command to enter our file. After we put file.txt, the file is automatically uploaded to the PC and the server. So right now we're going to fetch the files from other PC, which is we're using right now is PC4. So use the same step as before. Check the ping first, which is the connection in the network, and we check for the FTP of IP address and the directory, and we fetch the file, which is we're using the get command prompt and the file name. And right now we completely downloaded the files from the server. You can download the files from any PC within the networks, but using by the command prompt of get. So that's all from me. Thank you for watching.
Next, to check the connection between devices. To verify the connection between devices, we will use the pin command. Let test connectivity from PC5 to PC3. First, open the command prompt on PC5. You can find this by going to the desktop and clicking the command prompt icon. Next, type the command ping followed by IP address of PC3. Press enter to execute the command. The system will send the test packet to PC3. Look at the result. If you see 0% of packet loss, this means all the test packets were successfully written, confirming a good connection between devices. If there are any packet loss, we will need to troubleshoot the connection.
Okay, next step to check the IP address. Firstly, just choose any PC. So here we choose PC2. Click the command prompt and type ipconfig. As you can see here, there are IPv6, IPv4, which is 192.168.1.4, the subnet mask, and also the default gateway. Okay, next we will show another example. Just choose PC5. Same like before, just click command prompt and type ipconfig. So it again will shows IPv6, IPv4, which is 192.168.2.4, the subnet mask, and the default gateway. So that's all for step to check the IP address. Next, step to view list of connection device. So firstly, just choose any PC. So at here we choose PC2 and click the command prompt. Just type ARP-A, and as you guys can see now, the PC2 is connected to PC0 and PC1 as well as the switch 0. Okay, next for router, go to CLI, click enter, and just type enable and show ARP. Okay, so now you can see all PC is connected to the router network interface, which is gigabit internet 0/0, 0/1, and also 0/2. That's all the steps to view the list of connected device.
And lastly, how to send a message between connected device. First, click the icon message on toolbar, and we're going to choose PC01 as sender and PC04 as receiver. And then we click the simulation. As you can see, PC01 pass message to switch 0, and then to the router, and to the switch 1, and lastly to the PC04. After a receiver receives the message, it will send back message to PC01 using the same path. And the icon message will show a right click, means that the message was successfully sent. So, for the conclusion of our group project, we have successfully designed and simulated a simple network setup for a company environment using Cisco Packet Tracer, and we also apply the TCP/IP protocol suite and follow the concept of protocol layering. With that, we built a wired LAN network made up of routers, switches, and devices, and also an FTP server. Working in a group gives us many benefits. Each member could focus on a specific task based on their strength, and we also learn from each other through discussion and problem solving together. But of course, we also face some challenges. There were moments where communication broke down and it was hard to find a time when everyone was free. We also ran into technical issues like incorrect IP configuration and device not connected properly, which took time to fix. And lastly, if we were to do this project again together, one thing we would improve is time management. Having a proper timeline and assigning clear deadlines for each task will help. That's all from our group. Thank you.